Hello and welcome to another episode of Stay Hungry. A long time ago, but not in a galaxy far, far away, it was Telford actually, I was running a little ads deal for £50 a month. I'd pitched to a business owner whose final decision was, I can't afford it at the moment. A few days later, I bumped into her in the queue at the petrol station. She was buying fuel and cigarettes. We got talking and I asked her how much cigarettes were, as it had been a long time since I'd given up. About £8 a pack, she said. And how many cigarettes do you smoke? A pack a day. Her smoking was none of my business, but it was obvious that while she couldn't afford to pay me £50 a month for an ad, she could afford to spend £240 a month on cigarettes. When someone says no to your product or service and claims it's because of your prices, chances are it's not. It's because you haven't made it clear enough why your product or service would solve their pain. Just like me and the business owner in the garage, I hadn't shown her clearly enough how me running an ad for her would have been the most cost-effective way of generating more sales and therefore putting more money in her back pocket. Accepting that responsibility is hard. It was a real wake-up call for me. It even made me wonder whether I was indeed charging too much, which is nuts. £50 a month, come on. I simply hadn't done my job properly. It isn't how much you charge, unless of course you generally are ripping people off. It's like when people say you're too expensive. What they really mean is either A, they can't afford you, which they'll never admit to, or B, you haven't conveyed your value. And there's a massive difference between money and value. And as business owners, we have to focus on marketing the latter. Hardly anyone can afford to buy a house, right? But they do. They jump through hoops to get a mortgage on which they pay interest over 2 flipping decades. They want it bad because the world and his wife has been telling them since childhood that there's value in owning your own home. You don't have the luxury of telling people from their childhood why your product or service is awesome. You have maybe 1 or 2 website visits, 1 phone call, 1 meeting. That's the challenge. If you find the marketing of your value too much of a challenge, get in touch via codebreak.co.uk and we'll give you some quick and easy wins for free. But until next time, stay hungry.